You are very nice and understanding, and that is why people have taken you for granted. This series is for you. Hi, my name is Linda Onemifro, and I'm your go to get networking strategist. Well, I welcome you also to this networking series today. Right. In this series, we share with you how you can best relate with people and how these particular people are going to help you build a structure so you could be able to accomplish more in less time. If it is your first time on my channel, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to get a notification when the next content drops. And if you're watching me live on Facebook, go ahead and click on that follow button because that is one of the best decisions you're going to make in your life this year and beyond. And I'm going to share with you why in this series. A lot of people, even when they are so nice, even when they are so understanding, people still take them for granted. Most of the times, they always feel like they are not meant to be nice, right? They always feel like they are not meant to be so understanding, that being good is actually where they get everything wrong. No, it is not true. You just need to rewire your mindset of what it means to actually to be taken for granted. That's where you can be able to build a system that helps you stay relevant on whatever thing that you do. Is that okay? Is that okay? Awesome. Awesome. Incredible. Amazing. So you need to be able to understand this. And that's why this series is for you. If you know someone who needs to be here, tag them in the comment section or copy the link and share to them because the envy is less when everyone is succeeding. Now, how do you stop people from actually taking you for granted? Now, people taking you for granted is as a result of being very familiar. That is why a prophet is not respected in his land. Is that okay? Because of what? It is family. They are familiar with you. Why are they familiar with you? They saw you when you're wearing boxers. They saw you when you're wearing shorts. They saw you when you're wearing your panties. They have seen everything. Actually, it's their thought that they have seen everything. You are no longer bringing anything else in the table, so they are going to take you for granted because they have been seeing the whole thing, and you are always there, and you are always available. Now, my concept of granted is that you are always granting them access. The problem is not that you are understanding. The problem is not that you are nice. The problem is not that you are good. The problem is the concept of always, because there is value in scarcity. Write that down. There is value in scarcity. That is why one of the things that is going to help you to be able to streamline things and make people not to take you for granted and still maintain your respect, even while being understanding and good as a person, is actually to develop standard, because it is your duty to tell people how to treat you. It is totally your responsibility to tell people how to treat you. This is not you forming and grooming your pride, but it's about you understanding what majors are to you, what you can actually focus on, and then what are your rules. Because success doesn't come where there is no law. There should be rules, there should be standard. For example, personally, in my relationship with my baby, one of the standard that we'll keep is that we are going to study and review whatever that we studied so that we can be able to be on same page, so that our communication is not going to be biased, because we already know what we want, but we want to be sure that we are working at the same pace. So what are the kind of standards that you are able to put for yourself? What are the policies that guides you? It's where you get it all wrong. And so because you don't have those policies, you think that it's because you understand, and that's why people are not doing that. And when you have the Holy Spirit as your standard, when you are a believer, you have the Holy Spirit as your standard, what that helps you do is that He will tell you when to speak and when to flee. And so there are different conversations you're not invited to, but you find yourself there because you think that you have the capacity to talk. You don't need to talk all the time. Silence is also a language. You also know when to keep quiet. And so it's very, very key for you to be able to understand The power of setting up standards, the power of you creating healthy boundaries and tell people, oh, please, I know that this particular event is important to you, but I really appreciate if you can be able to do it this way. The moment people begin to see that you have a policy for yourself, they begin to respect you for it. Whoever that is not going to respect you for it is not going to appreciate you, and over time is going to take you for granted. That is why before someone accepts you into their mentorship, you need to show your ability to commit. You need to show your ability to stay hungry. You need to show all of those things. That's why they take you through those processes for you to get into their space. So you will not take their space for granted. It is standard that they have placed for themselves. And if you can't respect it, you are out of it. And so it's okay for you to actually uh, put about standard. What are your stand? What are your stand? Where are you standing on? People appreciate people and give more value to people who are certain and who have standards, people who have where they are standing. You don't want to stay with people who are confused, who are always available, who are always there, because the see finish syndrome is going to be available. And that is where you begin to grant people always access to take you for granted. So you don't want people to take you for granted. And that's how you should make your standards high. That's why you should be able to create those healthy boundaries that helps you to stay productive. Because the essence of having people is to grow, is to be productive and profitable. If they are not serving these three purposes, then you are in a toxic environment. So until you get to that point where you understand the power of setting up boundaries as well as your standards, you will keep letting people take you for granted. And of course, on a normal day, people can actually take you for granted for their best reasons. Sometimes it is actually their problem and not yours. But because you know you have a standard and a healthy boundary, you know how to be able to identify them and take them out when the time is right. And so it is right time that for you to be able to understand the power of your standards. Please don't let anybody gain access anyhow. Take them through the process that is required. Yes, you should be accessible, but you should not always be available. They are two different things. Because when you make yourself open like that, people will now come in, you can entertain anything, and instead of having sanity, you begin to have insanity. So it is not a space for you to be, because the essence of building a network and the essence of building people around you is for you to accomplish more in less time. And if they expand your problem, then you are not making headway. That is why today it is your call to actually set up that standard. It is your call to actually set up that healthy boundaries so that people will stop taking you for granted. And then another thing is grow beyond those standards, grow beyond those expectations, begin to grow and stand on them. Your discipline to actually stay true to those policies, your discipline to actually grow from that standard is what is going to help you stand out. And the moment they begin to see that you are standing out, holding on to that policy and it is working, they will come with all humility to ask you, how did you do it? By then, they can now be able to pay attention rather than take you for granted. And that is why not all premium places that you gain easy access, because there is a show of commitment you have to make. That's why some of the classes you attend, you need to pay for it, not because of the money. And so you need to be able to understand it takes a lot of audacity to say, yes, I deserve to have a policy. I deserve to have a standard. I deserve that boundary that helped me stay sane in this insane world. In this insane society, you have to stay sane. And that is why I'm here, because I'm committed to help you to be able to grow your audacity. That is why we are building confident global champions. That is why we are building confident global champions. We help you to be able to build strong self-esteem and strategic networks so that you can be able to accomplish more in less time. We are actually doing this in your staying process, that because we don't believe in one-off training. We believe in your consistency so that you can build your conviction to actually become confident, because we know that building confidence is not convenient. And so for the period of 12 months, we are going to hold you by the hand and help you to be able to achieve more while you are in a space where you connect with diverse professionals and other people to know how best they have cultured their lives to remain respected, for that global relevance to remain relevant. You don't always have to be available. You just always have to be relevant. And you have to be useful to the point that people cannot resist you. And that is a space where we give you a home to be able to find your voice. And we are going to give you brand support, even if you don't know what you are doing, or even if you are trying to figure out how this life thing works. And that is why we have created this platform for you. We are going through the onboarding process this September, and we can't wait to be able to share your testimony to the world while you make your commitment by typing CGC in the comment section. By October, the value is going to change, and you will not be able to get this opportunity for this same value that we are running on the onboarding session with. The time is for you to take the action now, because procrastination is the assassination of your destination. And you want to live a life you are proud of and not the one people recommend, because until you come alive, you will not be rewarded. And it is time for you to actually find your voice, to approach the world with a lot of audacity, because in that your audacity to go more, even in the midst of criticism, you grow your mastery. And it's time for you to actually be a master of the realm of dominion you are called for. That is your purpose. And if you don't really know what you want, we can be able to help you demystify that. We help people find their full potential. We help them to be able to grow at their own pace. And we give them specialized resources that help them to become. In this period of 12 months, you are going to experience resilient transformation that you've never done in the past 3 years of your life. I myself have my own experiences in all of these things. I've been able to experience low self-esteem for a long period of time, but it is time to say enough. It's enough. And I can't wait to be able to mentor you. I can't wait to be able to coach you your way into the result that you ever desire. And so it is time to build that standard. It is time to go hard on your personal development so that you can maintain a high standard to be able to attract the right people that your purpose requires. And I hope you are able to gain a lot of value here. I still remain your friend and your go-to-get networking strategist, Linda Onemefo. If you want to have a personal conversation with me, hit the link in the description of my channel or click the link on my bio so that we can be able to have that immense and confidential conversation that I'm going to make a recommendation for you so that you get yourself closer to your solutions. Until I see you in the next series, bye for now.